Hey everybody, WFMY News 2 Meteorologist Alex Williams here with you in the Weather Impact Alert Center. And yes, we are tracking some scattered showers moving through parts of the foothills tonight. That's kind of where the risk has been trimmed. So if you're just joining us, the latest Storm Prediction Center outlook for day one has actually been trimmed to only include the foothills. And I will show that to you here. Let me go ahead and load this up for you. We'll jump right into it. So there is our severe storm risk for this evening through tomorrow morning. And again, this is encompassing the foothills. This is where we're seeing the activity start to pop. We're not necessarily seeing it pop over here. Now I'm going to show you the 3K, or our graph here in just a moment, the graph model, and you'll see a lot of storms here. That's not happening right now. So you always have to take the models with a grain of salt. It's guidance, not gospel. It could be wrong. And so you can see that that level 1 encompasses the foothills, and actually they expanded that level 2 now to include back home in my neck of the woods, East Tennessee and such. But most of the activities happening in the middle of Tennessee this evening, where we're watching a nasty line of strong severe storms moving through there. I'll show you the line here in just a moment. But what we've got going on right now are just a few intermittent scattered showers here, mainly right along the county lines between Surry County, Stokes County. Probably King going to be getting some rain here in just a moment, I would imagine. Also Wilkes County, Wilkesboro, Hickory getting some of those scattered showers. You can see them popping up here. And what we're not seeing a whole lot of is lightning. And that's a good thing. That means these are just kind of weak showers. But they're not just showers. I'll show you this here. Let me switch to localized radar. So here's our showers, right? If you look at them, they kind of look weird, right? And weirdly shaped. And that is because there's wind shear in the atmosphere. So that's actually pretty interesting there on that, near Pilot Mountain. So what we're looking at is inbound and outbound velocities here. Our beam is coming out of Roanoke, Blacksburg office. And so we're getting these little itty-bitty rotations in here. You can see them right here. So those are rotating showers. I'm not seeing any lightning in them. They're not being warned on at the moment. I say knock on wood. So they're just rotating. They're weakly rotating showers, but that just shows you how strongly sheared the environment is. Rain showers are rotating. So imagine if we got a thunderstorm that really started to go up into the atmosphere and take advantage of that. That's why we have that low risk tonight for a few supercell thunderstorms maybe, and the tornado threat as well. So that's the big thing there. So we're watching those showers very closely. Again, not really any alerts on these, but they're still weakly rotating. That could give a little bit of longevity. So you might get some heavier rain from that. You might get some gusty winds coming down with that as well, since these are a little bit more on the longer lived side. But those are crossing over the state line up into Virginia. And there's actually a special weather statement out on it for 40-mile-an-hour winds for that cell. So that's what we're dealing with in the northern portions of our area. And again, each of these little showers, they start off looking pretty impressive when you look at them. And then all of a sudden they fall apart. Why is that? Well, there's actually a warm front that's seated across the area. And once those showers start to lift north of the warm front, they become elevated and they weaken. So there's a little bit of meteorology for you on this late evening. But I'm watching all of this stuff very closely. It does have my eye, all of this, because again, as it continues to move towards the warm front, if we get increased shear, which we expect to see overnight, that could be enough to make these a little more interesting than they are right now. And I will show you this as well. This is the tornado threat for this evening. So if I zoom in on our DMA, you can see that those gray lines, that is what we call a kind of CIG or SIG. This is how they're doing the outlooks now. So what you're looking at, the green is a 2% risk of seeing a tornado within 25 miles of a point. The hatched region means The reasonable maximum intensity for these tornadoes, if they do form, is EF2. So now the SPC is able to separate how great the risk is versus how intense the tornadoes or how intense the wind or how intense the hail is going to be. They're able to separate the two, and it gives us more information and makes it clearer. So, reasonable max intensity here because of the wind shear is EF2. And so we'll watch these little spinning showers here as we go through the evening. Of course, tomorrow, that's going to be the big show. We've got the moderate risk, that red color, stretching all the way from D.C. through Raleigh, all the way down to Columbia. And here in the Triad, we are indeed within some of this red. So the orange color is the enhanced risk. The red color is the moderate risk. Enhanced, moderate. So what do we mean by that? Numerous strong severe storms, widespread strong severe storms. That's kind of the difference that you're looking at. And so that's really the big difference in these outlooks. Does it mean it's going to be worse over here? No, not necessarily. I think the line will strengthen as it heads eastward. We'll just have to watch. Right now, really, I think the severe threat is going to be a broken line of showers and thunderstorms that comes through, with the main threat being damaging wind. Again, you see the hatching on there. Maximum reasonable intensity for these winds are hurricane force. Yeah, 75 mile an hour winds. Remember, 74 miles an hour. Once you reach that, from a tropical storm, you get upgraded to a hurricane. This is just within the thunderstorms. We're talking up to 75 mile an hour winds. That's going to do incredible damage. If you get one of these severe thunderstorm warnings, which is probably going to be destructive tag, and it'll tag your phone on it, you definitely want to treat it the same as you would a tornado warning. Very, very strong damaging wind. And you can see there's a 60% chance of damaging winds across the Triad, or across parts of the Triad, the eastern parts of the Triad. Or sorry, that's a 45%. I can read, I promise. Oh no, yeah, it is the eastern part. So the extreme eastern portion there is the 60, that's what that purple is, the 45 is there. So 45 to 60% chance of seeing damaging wind gusts and within 25 miles of a point. That's pretty serious. And then you add on top of that the potential for some of those strong damaging wind gusts up to hurricane force. It's just not a good situation. So tonight, isolated storms could become strong and severe. We're really not seeing that right now. We're not even seeing lightning right now. That could change as we go through the overnight, as we start to get maybe a little bit better of the dynamics coming through. We can start to see some more lightning as the line approaches. But that's going to exist through midnight, this kind of very low-end severe threat, damaging wind, quick spin-ups. That's the main threat there. As we shift into the day tomorrow, we see that risk. Again, the numerous strong severe storms expected. I think the timing for that is really going to be about 10 o'clock. Through, say, 4 or 5 o'clock. And I will show you, because I thought it was doing a good job. Our planner kind of shows you with the thunderstorm icons. You can see that 50% where the thunderstorms start there from about 10 a.m., I think, through about 4 or 5 p.m. I think that's going to be the time we're going to have to really, really stay weather aware and watch that line of showers and storms as it comes through, because it could create extremely strong damaging winds and also could spin up tornadoes. And so that's when we really, really, really need to stay weather aware. I'd say 10 a.m. through about 5 p.m. Is what I'm thinking about for that. And of course, tomorrow is a weather impact alert day. As we go into the morning hours through the afternoon, strong severe storms expected. There is a low-end tornado threat tonight, but that increases tomorrow. You want to have at least 3 ways to receive warnings. So I'll do that, and then we will get to the timing of this. You need to at least have 3 ways to receive warnings. I can't stress this enough. This is a very dangerous event, and this is very important for you to have. So any of the 3 of these are good. Wireless emergency alerts. Make sure they are turned on before you go to bed tonight, just in case there is a warning issued or into the morning hours tomorrow. Weather apps like our WFMY News 2 weather app. I have it on my phone. It's a great choice to be able to get warnings. You can set it up to follow you, and even if you're on vacation, it can give you watches and warnings for your area. Of course, you can watch on TV and monitor our live streams, such as here on WFMY Plus. Social media, make sure it's real time. What do I mean by that? Don't use Facebook. Facebook usually posts stuff that's old. So you want to use something like X to get your updated alerts from. And then NOAA weather radios, they're great. You can set them to alarm. They'll go off. They will wake you up. And then, of course, you can find out from your friends or families. And if they are in a threat and you're not, go ahead and call them, text them, let them know, hey, there are bad storms headed your way. So that's what we mean when we say have 3 ways to alert. Okay, we're going to look at a model here. So this is our in-house model. Notice what we're not seeing. Do you see? I can't pop myself up because I'm on the wrong side of the screen and I don't know how to fix that. So we're just going to set it to this point here. It won't let me have my tools. Okay, you'll have to bear with me. Do you see all that stuff near the Raleigh-Durham area? Actually, you know what? I will just set a point. There we go. So now when I hit play, it should let me have my tools. There we go. Do you see all this? That's not happening right now. It's just not. So the model is incorrect. There's no instability going on here. There's no storms. It's all over here in the foothills. So keep that in mind as we go through here and we step through time. There could be a little bit of a lull. Look at the temperatures warming. That's one thing, is temperatures are probably going to warm through the overnight into the morning hours tomorrow. Very strong warm front, very strong winds with that. And so that's going to bring in warmer air. And then as we go into, say, towards the 3, 4, 5 o'clock hour, do you see these little squiggly showers there moving through, say, Stokes County down towards Forsyth, down towards Salisbury, Statesville, Davidson County? Those little showers, those could be individual supercells just because of the environment that we have. And that could continue through, say, the early morning hours tomorrow. Claire and Ed will be in to track those for you. And then our chief will be in. Tim will be in here through the middle of the day. And then I'll come back in and assist as well. But do you see this? This is the real concern. I think it's kind of a conglomerate mess. But I think there is going to be a line of showers and storms that develops and moves across the mountains, and that's when we're going to see our greatest severe threat. You can see the bending here, this backwards S shape, always kind of an alarm bell if you're a meteorologist, because that shows extremely strong winds. You could get quick spin-up tornadoes along this line as well. Our front way back here across the foothills. So this marches out of here by the time we get to, say, 3 o'clock. And here comes the front. You can see the shift in the wind direction and also the cooler air. So by 7 o'clock, we're in the upper 40s to mid 40s. This front means business. It's a very strong front. Could even bring some strong, maybe some snow to parts of the mountains of western North Carolina and northeast Tennessee. Not out of the question. It is also going to be breezy tomorrow. This is what we call gradient winds, or winds that are created just from the pressure differences, not necessarily brought down by thunderstorms. 30 to 40 mile an hour wind gusts are not out of the question. Look at that by the afternoon hours. And that could be feeding into some of those storms as they come through. And you get any thunderstorm, that's going to tap into the strong winds aloft and bring them down very quickly. Maybe a little bit of gusty winds into our Tuesday and Wednesday. So that's kind of what we got. We got that low end severe threat tonight, scattered showers and storms. The threat increases to become more numerous, with severe storms likely. You could see gusts to 40 miles an hour outside of thunderstorms. Any strong severe thunderstorm could produce up to 75 mile an hour winds. Tornadoes up to EF2 strength. Again, not necessarily all of them are going to be that strong, but they could be. We're going to have 2 rounds, an isolated severe round in the morning, then it's more scattered strong storms as we go towards the afternoon and the evening. And here is your 7-day forecast. Rounding things out, so weather impact alert day tomorrow. Make sure to have 3 ways at least to receive warnings. Then as we head into St. Patrick's Day, we're descending into the icebox. Look at the mornings, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, in the upper 20s, mid 20s. If you did get house plants and you didn't wait, go ahead and cover them. Bring them inside if you can. If you had to plant them outside, make sure you put a light sheet or blanket over them, protect them from the freeze or the frost that could happen as we go into those mornings. And then by Thursday, we're back to around 60. Close to 70 by the first day of spring. It arrives around, I believe, 10-something in the morning on Friday. And then by the weekend, we're back in the low 70s. So that's what we've got going on here. It is a weather impact alert day tomorrow, so you need to have multiple ways to receive warnings. Even though we're not seeing anything develop tonight, that's a blessing. You know, don't look at it as, nothing happened. Look at it as thankful that nothing happened. I think the fact that we're having twisting rain showers just shows you the type of environment we could have had if we got thunderstorms, and we're just not seeing that. Now, that doesn't mean the threat's over. Again, as we go into the morning tomorrow, we could see very dangerous conditions with numerous strong, severe storms. So that's what we've got going on here for you. And so we will be up